morning, team. Today we are going to be talking about creating a Bitmoji Classroom and creating a Bitmoji header. This first video is going to be all about creating that classroom slide set, and then the next video is going to be all about creating that Bitmoji header. Now the main difference between the two is this. Your Bitmoji Classroom is going to be a place where students can access any files that they'll need throughout the day or throughout your class period. Now the way that they can do this is you can create your Bitmoji Classroom so that the different pictures and images are clickable. So for example, if we click the library right here, it will take my students to Get Epics. That way they can immediately log in. If I were to click the ABC poster over here, the alphabet, it would take them to an alphabet song that I found on YouTube that I wanted them to take a look at. So your Bitmoji Classroom is going to be more accessible for them, and it's going to be more of a place that they can click around. Your Bitmoji Classroom header is going to be just that, a classroom header. It's going to make your classroom so that it is more unique to you and to your students. This is what my current one looks like on the Old North Tech site. But you'll see here that Bitmoji headers offer for a little bit more of personalization when it comes to creating your classroom headers. All right, so to get started, the first thing that we're going to need is to actually get our Bitmoji onto our computer. If you've already done this, then go ahead and skip past this part. If you have not, here's how you do it. You're going to go to the Chrome Web Store. This Chrome Web Store you can search for online and it will come up. What you're going to do is in search extensions, you are going to look for Bitmoji. When you click this, there are going to be a couple different options. The one that I always go with is this first one. I don't know the difference, but I'm pretty sure they're very similar. Once you click this first one, there will be an Add to Chrome button here. And once you add it, it will appear up here in your extensions. In order to access it, you will click this puzzle piece. And a toolbar will pop down, an extensions window, and there will be a pin that is either filled in blue or that it is empty and transparent. If you want to be able to simply click up here like I have, you're going to want to make sure that that pin is filled in blue by clicking it. When you click it, it'll appear up here and it'll be yours to play with. Once you get this set up, you'll be able to log in using your Snapchat or using a Gmail. If you don't have a Snapchat, you'll have to create your Bitmoji then and there. Anytime that you update your Bitmoji on Snapchat or on this computer, it will update everywhere. So it's kind of like Drive in that. All right, so now that we've got our Bitmoji, let's go ahead and play with what we're actually going to be doing today. So our slides, if we're just going to create a slides like this, we don't have to do a lot of different formatting. That's the good news. We can keep the slides pretty much as they are as we begin preparing our own Bitmoji Classroom slides. So I'm going to go ahead and go to a blank slide. This is a slide I got off of Slides Go, so it's not super blank. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to insert a picture. Now the cool thing is that I can insert this picture by clicking the Insert button right here. Once I click that, I can go down to Images and it will once again pull up this toolbar. If I have one that I've already put on my computer, I can download that and put that on there, or I can search the web if I would like to. And I think I'm going to go ahead and search the web for this one. What I'm going to search for is I'm going to look for wall and for background. And if you don't like any of these, that's okay. I usually end up changing what everything looks like anyway. So really you're just trying to find something that has a floor that you like, and you can change the wall and do whatever you need to do with it. I'm going to go ahead and select this one. To do that, I'm just going to double click and it will appear on my slides. And from there, it is just matching it up, making sure it fits, building it into my actual slide. So if I pull this over, there we go. I officially have a background back there, but I didn't really like this pink color. I tend to be a fan of different colors. So what I'm going to do in order to get rid of that pink color is I'm going to go up here to Shapes. I'm going to click Shapes, and I want this nice square one. It's actually a rectangle. I'm going to start at the top corner, go down, and then go over. I'm going to go ahead and let that fill that part of it, and you'll see that it becomes this color. but I don't want to keep it that color. So if I click this paint fill color right here, I can go ahead and change it to whatever color it is that I want. All right, I think I am feeling this color. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it as is, click out, and there we go. We have my wall, we have my floor. So now that we have our classroom built and we like the walls, we like the floors, our next step is going to be filling our classroom with things that make it look like a classroom and things that make us happy with it. So I'm going to go ahead over to Google Images. I'm going to go to Images and I'm going to just start searching for what it is that I want. I think I'm going to go ahead and start with a smartboard or like a whiteboard. Here is a whiteboard, which is really cool, but I noticed that as I look at it, there's a little bit of a background here. So I'm going to try and get rid of that. So in order to do that, I'm going to right click and I'm going to save image as, and I'm just going to let it save to my downloads, whatever it wants to be called, because I'm not too concerned about it. I'm going to use it pretty quickly. I'm going to open a new tab and I'm going to go to a fantastic website titled remove.bg. Once this website is opened, I'm going to click this and drag it onto the actual website. And once it finishes loading, it's actually going to have deleted the background. So you'll see these gray and white squares. That means that the background is totally gone. So once again, I'm going to download it. I'm going to go back to my slides and I'm going to click and I'm going to drag. And boom, there it is. Okay, so I'm pretty satisfied with the way that the smartboard looks. I'm going to add some words and things to it later, but I want to add in a rainbow classroom rug. So I'm going to go to Google Images and I'm going to type rainbow classroom rug. Okay, so if you would like to try and avoid skipping the rainbow.bg background check that we tried, something else you can do happens right on Google Images. So you're going to click underneath the microphone and search. There is a tools toolbar. You're going to click that. Go over to color, click that down arrow, and hit transparent. Then Google Images will only show you pictures that already have transparent backgrounds. My suggestion as you're working is to try and find a rug that already kind of has this depth to it, that leans back a little bit and seems like it gets smaller as it goes back, because otherwise it's going to look real funky in your slides. But I'm pretty satisfied with this because it's leaning back, it's a good color. I'm going to go ahead and right click and I'm going to copy, go back over to my slides, and then I'm going to paste that guy and make him actually fit my classroom. All right, keep going just a little bit, see what we can do. Okay, all right. I'm pretty happy with that. That looks good. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put it in the middle. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is I am going to do kind of a speed run. I'm going to keep filling up my classroom using those two tools that we talked about, and when I come back, we'll talk about Bitmoji. All right, so I have my classroom kind of sort of set up. I filled it with things that I like, that I think look pretty. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my Bitmoji. So if you went ahead and you clicked that blue pin like we did before, you will have a little green box up here. When you click that, you'll be able to open up all of the potential Bitmoji poses. So there are two secrets here. The first one is to type in pose. Pose will get you all of the standing alone things that you need for teachers, especially for those Bitmoji classrooms. I want my Bitmoji to be sitting though, so I'm going to do sit, S-I-T, and I'm going to find one that I like. This is one that I've used already, so I'm going to go ahead, right click, and we're going to copy image, come back here, we're going to paste her, and then we're just going to make her fit in where we need her to fit in. So I'm going to move her up here a little bit. It looks like she's sitting on the table, which is not necessarily what I want. So I'm going to right click her. I'm going to go to order, and I'm going to just send her backward. But I see that there's going to be a lot of things I have to do for that. So I'm just going to right click on the table, order, and I'm going to bring that to front, and then she will be under the table. I'm going to make her just a little bigger to make her fit in her chair. There we go. All right, I'm pretty satisfied. And so that is what right now our Bitmoji classroom looks like. So when students see this, they're going to see us, they're going to see the things that we have in our classroom, but there's one more step that we can take to make this Bitmoji classroom truly magical. And that is to add words up here, of course, but also to link it so that all of these are clickable. And when you click them, they take you to a different place. In order to do that, we're going to start by going to the URL that we want them to be able to access. So for example, if I want them to be able to access Epic, I'm going to go ahead, go to getepic.com. I'm going to click that URL, and I'm going to copy it. When I copy it, I can take it back, look back again at my slides. I want to click on the thing that I want to link this to. So if I want to link it to my library, I'm going to click it and make sure it's surrounded by that blue box. Then I'm going to go right above it to this little, it's like a little oval with a line inside of it. We're going to click that, and it will allow us to search or paste a link in there. I'm going to go ahead and paste this link and hit apply. So that means that when we are in presentation mode, if they were to click on this library, it would take them directly to Get Epic because we've linked it as such. So for example, presentation mode, click, and now we're at Get Epic. You can do that with all of the things, you can do that with none of the things, whatever makes you happy. There's one more thing that I want to show you that I'm really excited about. So when I was teaching, I really liked this idea of combining everything on a slide, but I wasn't totally sure how to make it so that kids could easily access it. Because if you just give them these slides as is, in order to click to those different things, they have to actually put it in presentation mode. But I found a way that has helped me do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you how to do it because I'm really excited about it. So what we're gonna do is we are going to go to File, and under File, we are going to click the Publish to Web option. Now this will come up with the different options for us. If we just have 1 or 2 or 3 slides, it won't be a problem. We can have them set up so they fast forward or they go to the next slide every couple of seconds, but we also have these options of starting the slideshow as soon as the player loads, which will make it go every 3 seconds. The slides will change every 3 seconds. If you leave that alone, and if you don't click this, they'll just be on the one slide until they click it. Same with restart the slideshow after the last slide. You can click this and it'll keep going, or you can just leave it alone. For our purposes, we are totally fine just leaving these unchecked. All we have to do is copy, and then we can paste that. We can put it on Google Classroom. We can send it to their Go Guardians, and it will come up on their screen like this. And then it'll constantly be in presentation mode. So they'll just be able to click it and mess around with it and do all kinds of different things with it. So yeah, I found that and I was very excited. I hope that this was actually helpful, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you at school sometime. Bye!